And on, let's see some conjunctions, all right? So,
Right.
but it is important to introduce us first in order to know about the other person. My name is Luis Fernando Alvarez. I have been teaching English for 7 years now. I'm almost about to finish my career as a bachelor's degree in English as a foreign language. And I'm a local here in Medellin. So I'm married and I have a son. He's Christopher and he's 7 years old. So what about you?
Mm, my name is John Anderson, Numa Noreña. I'm 19 years old. Currently, I am working in a great company, and I'm in the second semester of this beautiful career.
All right. And where are you from? Where do you live?
Mm, I live in Bogota.
Oh, great.
Mm, uh, uh, what? Uh, when are you studying this career?
I'm starting this career because I have been a teacher for 7 years now. So I wanted to get my diploma as an official
Okay.
teacher, right? But when it comes to the experience, I have taught the language long ago. But now I do want to have my diploma, my certification. So that's why I started to start out my career back in 2016. So I'm about to finish. So I'm quite excited about it. So it's so good to finish this career. All right.
All right. What would you like to do after you end your career?
No, I continue teaching. Maybe I'm looking forward to having an experience abroad, maybe going to America to teach English and Spanish at the same time. So there's gonna be a project in the within 2 years or three as much. So let's see if I can do it myself. So that's for now my proposal. At the moment, I work at a private school. It's okay. So I still have free time in the afternoon to do my university stuff and relax in the weekend. So for now, it's okay. Maybe in the future, I like to see the option of working for the Colombian government, but that's not my biggest plan up to now. So maybe later.
Mm, it sounds great.
That's great. So now,
Yeah.
going to the business. So it says here we're gonna focus. I want to start sharing, let's say, the screen with you. Let me see if you can you see anything on your screen?
Yeah. I can
Oh,
look everything.
very good. So the idea here is because we're going to be focusing on these kind of conjunctions, all right? The
All
one
right.
that are going to be highlighted here in yellow, such as and or but, so because and though. So what do you remember about these? Let's say I want to put it bigger, want to maximize this, so for you to have a better look at what we're writing over here. So we're talking about and, let's say also but, we're talking about so, even though.
Bien though.
All right.
All right.
So let's see. These are are we missing anything? Let me see. And or but so. We're missing or. We're missing just one. Let's put it in on this position. So we have and, but, so, or, and even though. So, Anderson, the biggest question: do you remember what is a conjunction?
No, I don't remember.
So a conjunction is a word that usually link or connect
Uh,
sentences to words or phrases, right? So
okay.
they work as connectors, all right?
All right.
I want to start by saying some example. For example, I like sugar and cookies, all right? Or I
All
like to
right.
drink, or I like when in my clothes I wear black and white, right?
Right.
Now, let's try to put into context the second one, which is uh, but.
But.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I like, for example, to try new food, but definitely I don't like fish. Is an example. I think it's a good movie, but the end was awful. Another example, using, for example, so.
I would like to know all of the uses that I
Yeah. Ah,
can.
yes. Little by little, we're going to be working over
Yeah,
them, one by
because
one.
I
Yes.
because usually I listen the people say so every time, and I don't understand this part.
Great. So, but little by little, we're going to uh, practice with them, but later, I'm going to give you the definition and the correct use of everyone, right?
Right.
So let me just put into context some example using so. He is happy, so he is going to buy some, let's say, pizza. It's his
Yes.
treat. All right. I'm
Yes.
very tired, so I think I'm going to bed. Right?
Yes. Yes.
I want to put it into context when using, for example, this one or this conjunction or. And you usually listen to these, for example, in question like, do you want, would you like, uh, let's say, pork or meat?
Yes.
All right. Or do you want
Okay.
to go to the restaurant or to the bar? That's kind of questions, or usually when you see these word on context. And lastly, even though, even though he was tired, he went to the game. Or even though he was tired, he went to work. Even
Yeah.
though I was scared, I did my best. Another
Teacher,
example.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Uh, Even though it can be the same as although
Yes, that's right.
in
That
the same
is
in the same.
though, even though, or nevertheless could be, for example, synonyms and can be used in similar situations. So the answer is yes, yes. Is that they are about the same.
Okay.
Very good. So now this is, for example, the way we can use these conjunctions in context. Now, uh, I would like to, for example, showing this. This is, for example, a video that we're gonna be using in order to get the conjunctions from context. And this way, we're going to have the general context when using them in everyday conversation. All right.
All
So
right.
there is like a video over here, so we're going to play. His length is 4 minutes and 58 seconds. But down here, we're going to be talking over, for example, the uses of one of them when we use because or when we use and, etc., etc., with the specific examples, right?
Right.
At the end, there is also our little practice where you are going to select the best conjunctions so that you can complete sentences and stuff. So let's begin. So I want to play the video here. Could you please? Okay, can you hear me well?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Yes.
Let's try to play this video, and then eventually I'm going to pause the video, so I'm going to ask you some questions about the context in which you use them. So here we go.
Teacher, are you here?
Yes.
Uh, have the video audio?
No, eventually I'm going to pause it.
Okay.
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 So here, let's try to zoom it up. You see the vocabulary, in context. We have or and. For example, or camping, concerts, and cooking. By watching this vocabulary in context, what can you infer? We have or in here, and here we have and. What can you infer about the uses of or in and in this context?
I can use or when I have say some things that I can do. For example, I can uh, go to my job on my bicycle or in bus.
Okay, that's what you say. Okay, and what about when you see the conjunction and?
Mm, for example, I can use it um, when I can when I can have no when I can I don't know when I have some um, when I have several things to select.
Okay, very good. Excellent. That's what you think. Later, we're going to know the right response. So let's continue watching over here. Let's continue playing the video. So let's see. In here, I don't know if you can see the word. Well, it would live here. about 10 a.m. We'll be there by 12. Although we have to put up our tents too, so we could see something at 1 o'clock. Although we have. So you see that sentence, Jefferson?
Tell me, teacher.
You see that sentence over there?
Yeah.
Although we have to put up our tents, although look at the contents in which we're going to be using although in here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we have to put off, uh, put up it's a phrasal verb.
Yeah, put up is a phrasal verb, yes. That is put up. Let me just organize it a little bit better. I'm going to close this down. So put up is a phrasal verb. All right. I want to let me do something. I want to load this video again using another window. Maybe it's failing a little bit, so I want to make sure everything is working just fine. So we were like over here. The video is more or less this way. Okay, true. So carry the tens, find a space, and put the tens up. All right.
All right.
Notice, for example, what the sentence is. I don't know, but she can't go even though she told me she'd really like to. Notice, for example, the context where we're going to be using but. What,
But
yeah, what do you think of that word in context, but?
mm, uh, I could jump, but I broke my leg.
Okay, you say, I caught myself jumping, all right? Or I could jump, or I could, using the verb, the past tense of can is could, okay?
Could.
Yes.
I don't understand. I said I could jump. Yeah,
All right.
but um, it would say, but I can't now because I broke my leg. Is that good?
All right. Good. That's yes. You're talking about a situation in the past and that is affecting the present. Okay. In the past you were able to do it. In the at present it's impossible because you have broken your leg. All right. Good. So let's continue watching and seeing some vocabulary in context. Look at the context in here. Yes, maybe, although. Maybe we should see what they want to do. Although, look at the word in context right here. What do you, when you see this, what can you infer?
Uh, mm, although, uh, although in this context mm, means mm, I don't understand because is although uh, and next is maybe there
Yeah,
is
it's
that
something like that because there are synonyms, even though, although, though, even though, separated, even in the word though, but in reality, they have the similar meaning, all right? So, that's what we're gonna be doing up to now. So, pretty good watching. So, now we're going one by one into their uses, right? And why the reason we're going to be using one by one. So let's start over here. We use and or but to connect. This is the keyword because they say we are going to connect two parts of sentences which are similar in grammatical status. And here we got the word in context. Do you want chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla? Joining words. But in reality, you have the chance of selecting for preferences. What are the preferences? The preferences are chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla. All right?
okay?
So when we especially have the option to select or to give an alternative, we can use or. All right?
Okay.
Could you read loud, please, the second sentence?
Um,
This
aim
one
is
of
that is uh, the second aim is that
yes, please.
aim is that is talking us on Saturday morning, and he's offered to bring us home again on Sunday.
So joining, all right? So that means remember what I told you at the very beginning. So the conjunction word is to connect word or sentences. So they are joining, they are connecting clauses. Clauses is a synonym for sentences. This is a sentence, all right? Because if you see complete, it has a subject and verb and an agent or complement, and this is another sentence because it has a subject verb in a complement. So that's why we know them as clauses. And here is the conjunction connecting this word and he's offered to bring us home again on Sunday. All right. So
Oh,
also when you want to mention something additional, you can also use the conjunction and. All right. Let's imagine that
okay.
you're going to the stadium. You need to bring with you your jersey, your cap, and also money. So it's something additional that you need to carry on you, and also money. All right.
All right.
What about this one over here? To be a little bit more specific, could you please read aloud?
Tell me.
Yeah, could you please read aloud this definition over here?
We use and for adding information or for giving alternatives, but for inspect or different information.
Oh, yes, and backed for unexpected or different information. In other words, when we use but, the conjunction but is because we're mentioning a contrast, an opposite idea. Okay, for example, let's say, I like New York, but my favorite is Los Angeles. See the difference? You're giving like an opposite idea. I like New York, but my favorite is Los Angeles. It's a
Okay.
contrast. All right? That is an opposite meaning. Very good. Look, for example, the ideas in here. I'm okay for food, dance, and music, and I'm having a wonderful time. There's a reggae band from Jamaica or a Russian electro pop group on the other stage. All right, giving you alternatives in here. Here they are connecting the ideas, and here they are transmitting an opposite idea when they use this uh, conjunction but. She like to go, but she can. This is an opposite. This is the contrary to the situation. All right, my
Okay.
friend, do you have any question now? Either
No,
for
not
Jefferson,
really.
Jefferson or Anderson?
Anderson.
Okay, Anderson, do you have any questions?
Not really.
So far, so good. As we always say in English, we say so far, so good. All right. Another, another situation that we need to keep in mind. Can we use these words at the beginning of a sentence? That's an important question. And what to say? We don't usually use conjunctions to start sentences when we're writing, but people do when they're speaking or when they're chatting on the internet, meaning that you can start but, in, or, although, especially. All right. So now the
Okay.
aspect we can use these, especially for chatting or in informal conversation. We can use these, let's see, conjunction words. All right,
Okay.
good. So now, yes, there are more conjunctions which we use to connect one clause with another clause. For example, because. Have you ever used because? I think because is a very popular word. It's a very
Mm,
popular conjunction. We use day in and day out constantly. That is one of the easiest way on the vocabulary. So remember that word?
yes.
Okay, excellent. So usually we use because when we also want to mention contracts and ideas like that. All right?
Yes.
So can you give me an example using that one, please?
Mm, I ride bicycle. I ride on my bicycle because it's faster than another one.
All right, very good. Excellent, very good. Another that we have practiced, we have seen all in all up to now. Although, all right?
What is the mm,
The sound, the
pro-
pronunciation,
yeah?
which one?
Although, yes, is that
All, you say although,
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 although.
although. That's it.
Okay,
That's the sound you make when you pronounce it. You say although. All right?
although.
All right.
Okay,
Although you can use it at the beginning of the sentence when they say that it doesn't look okay to use it at the beginning of the sentence, such as and, but, or. But in writing, let me tell you, I do have seen those conjunctions at the very beginning, and there is a problem, especially in writing, but they say it's informal, but in reality, I have seen it especially in American English. You know that American English and in British English, they always have like competition of the language, but maybe in British English, I mean in England, they say it's not okay, but in American English, they use it, and it's completely right. It's completely correct. So that depends of the kind of language you really, I mean, let's say like the style you want to focus on. If you prefer more American English or if you prefer more British English, that's up to you. And as such, they have some slightly differences. All right,
Okay.
good. So let's move on. Although at the beginning we show the
Teacher,
contrast.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Uh, what does move on means?
Move on is a phrasal verb meaning to continue.
Oh, okay, okay. Move on.
Let's move on. So let's continue. Although he doesn't like camping, he goes to lots of music festival. The speaker thinks it's unusual to go to music festivals if you don't like camping. All right. What about
Okay.
this one in here? Showing contrast or showing a result, like a consequence, and is used this one in here. So let me highlight it. This is so. It's one of those cards for 7 people, so there's plenty of room. Room in this sentence means a space. But in English, we don't
Space.
say there is plenty of space. Yes, we associate that word with room. For example, let's imagine that you have a cousin coming from another country and you have, okay, you can come and stay at my house. There is plenty of space. No, we don't say plenty of space. We say I have plenty of room for you. But room is the space that he or she is going to occupy in your
Mm,
house.
eh, if I say that to my cousin, uh, it means uh, that I have a lot of space for her.
Excellent, that's right. But we don't use a space. Space most it's most like T. We use more space for the atmosphere, okay, the science, etc., or the
Uh,
all right abstract things, space. But
uh, okay,
in the correct word
and
is to say
is
room.
plenty synonym of room of much a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
Okay.
So it says on the let's see on the exercise, it's one of those cards for 7 people, so there's plenty of room. The second clause shows that the result of the first clause, so misses that result of the consequence. All right. So what are the
Right.
consequences of having a big car with room for 7 people? Then it's gonna be enough for everybody. Now let's analyze this one. We need to arrive early so that we can get a good place. So this is the cause and effect. What is the cause to arrive early? The cause
Uh,
or the consequence is that can get a good space, a good place, sorry, in this sentence. Right?
all
That is
right.
like cause and effect.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Good. So now it says, with that older sentence, can you put the clause in a different order? And the answer is yes. So you can use it at the beginning or in the middle. But when writing, it's a good idea to focus on the comma, especially in writing. When we use although in the middle, we use a semicolon or comma to connect the second clause. Look at the example. He goes to the Lost Music Festival, although he doesn't like camping. All right.
All right.
Do you have any questions?
Mm, no, not really.
No. Okay. No questions for now. All right. So now, if you write, there is a like a competition for you, like a test. Check all your grammar matching conjunction. All right. So there are different activities. So you're going to be like the teacher, and I'm going to be the student. So you're going to dictate me what are the possible correct answers or responses. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Let's see. Let's try this out. Let's start our matching. All right. It says here conjunctions. Let's see, put it bigger. Conjunctions and or but, so, because, and although match the two parts of the sentences. So we have 8 items. So we're going to drag. All right.
Drag. What does that
To
mean?
drag is to do this, to move. All right. Or in this case, it doesn't allow me to drag it, so I may be clicking, and for example, put it. Or
Okay,
if
okay.
I want to take it back. So look at the options. Or at the football match because he left in his sleep, but they're noisy, so we don't get there late. And watch that thing you were talking about because they're quick and easy, but there weren't any seats left, although they are not very healthy. Look at what you're going to connect. We wanted to go to the show. I often make omelets.
Okay. Mm,
Let me,
do I must to select the second part of this?
yeah,
All right.
yes,
We wanted to go to snow
to the show.
to the show. Mm, I think that is, but there weren't any seats left.
All right.
Okay.
Let's. I often make omelets. I often
Right.
make omelets.
Mm, because they're quick and easy.
All right. Because they're quick and easy. Shall we
Teacher,
go to the cinema? Yeah.
uh, what what does shall means?
Shall is a very old word. In the past, it was replaced by will. It's especially for question. It's a mobile verb. It's especially for invitations and offers. But nowadays, people prefer to say will. But for formal, it's very formal. It's very polite. But few people use it in this day in age. So it's very common to say will. We will go to the cinema, but it's for invitation. We use especially this, no more. Shall. Shall we go to the cinema? Is especially for invitation.
Okay, okay. Shall we go to the cinema? Mm, or at the football match? I don't know. Yes, I think is that.
All right. So I'll put it here. Burgers are very tasty. Burgers are very tasty.
Mm, although they are not very healthy.
All right. Although they are not very healthy. Sorry. I had to click only once. Yes. My neighbors are friendly. My neighbors are friendly.
But they're noisy.
But they're noisy.
Okay.
But
Yes.
they're noisy. Okay, let me see. But they're noisy. Now here, do you know if he's at home? Do you know if he's at home?
Mm,
Give me a second. Give me a sec. What is the choice?
mm,
What is your choice? Let's see.
mm,
The sentence is um, name.
no.
Okay. Do you know if she's at home? Do you know if she's at home?
She's she's mm, because he laughs in his sleep.
All right. You are going to select this one. Let's see. This. And pick me up early, please. Pick me up early, please. And we have, so we don't
So
get
we
there late. And what's that film you were talking about?
don't get there late.
All right, very good. Any here? Let's see.
Uh, mm,
We
teacher,
know here. Yes.
uh, what does so means in this context? So in the
Where?
beginning of the sentence.
Which sense? So we don't get there late. Remember that so, the conjunction means a consequence.
Okay. Okay.
We know he has great dreams. This is the last one. So as a result, you're going to complete it with this one because you don't have more options. So we put it in here and let's say finish. And you did it. It says that the total score is 5 out of 8. But let me see why. So this one is okay. This one is okay.
Yes.
Shall we go to the cinema or watch a football match? No, actually, the answer I think is what this one. The answer and watch the film you were talking about. And watch the film that you were talking about. All right.
All right.
This one in here. Do you know if she's at home? Because he laughs in his sleep. Do you? I don't know. Maybe you got confusing here. Do you know if he's at home? Do you know if he's at home?
Yes.
Because you choose that option.
Mm,
Because
I don't know.
maybe You could match it over, for example, or a football match. Do you think he's at home or at the football match? Because you're talking for in this case, for a man or for a boy. And
Okay.
we know he has great dreams, but it's not possible to match it with that film you were talking about. Okay? Because he laughs in his sleep. All right?
All right.
Very good. And the last part, Anderson, is the following. I'm gonna propose to you, like this. Could be about a recent story or not a story or a personal experience that happened to you. So the idea is that you're going to narrate a personal spirit. It could be a story where you use the conjunctions. All right. You're going to have, for example, 5 minutes to prepare, and then you start sharing your experiences or stories in here. All right. So
Okay.
remember that the words are this one, and, but, so, or even though.
Even though.
So think about a story or a personal experience and something that happened to you, and you're going to use these conjunctions to tell the story.
Okay, teacher.
So you can make up your mind, select the best options you could.
Mm, teacher, where should I write this?
No, you think you can, for example, if you feel like ready to prepare, you can do it just speaking, or you just, for example, if you have a piece of writing next to a piece of paper next to you, you just can organize your ideas and you start talking, because the idea is not to write, the idea is to speak.
Okay, okay,
The
okay,
idea is
okay.
to speak using these conjunctions.
Yes, I understand. Give me a second.
When you're ready, you start talking.
Mm, I don't know what I can
For example, you can
tell
start
you.
talking about your
Uh,
last vacation,
mm,
about your last semester,
do
about
you
your
think?
last job, about your last year in the school, etc. There are many options you can use to start talking.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about the last semester. It's okay.
Okay. Last semester. Okay, go ahead.
Mm, the last semester was the first one for me.
Good.
Mm, I mm, mm, I start to study into distance because uh, I wanted to work and study in the same time.
Right.
And mm, no, and no, because well, okay, because I wanted to study and work in the same time, but I think that it's a hard task.
A hard task. Good.
Mm, mm, Although I have studied a lot, and I think that I must organize my time because sometimes I time in spend time on irrelevant things.
Great.
Mm, so since a few days ago, my purpose is to improve my time, the use of my time.
Excellent. All right. Good.
Mm, and for mm, for improve my daily routine, I am working on a on a great teacher. How how do you say horario?
It's the same oral.
Horario?
Horario, you say a schedule or timetable.
Schedule. Can you teach me how can I pronounce this? Because it's so
This
difficult
is
for
the
me.
word, you write it down, that's why, and you say a schedule. But there's something missing in here. Like, yeah, that's right. Or you can also say timetable. You say schedule or
A,
timetable.
a schedule.
Yeah, schedule.
Okay.
You say schedule, or you can kind of say timetable. All right, Anderson. So now our final thoughts, our conclusion is about. So remember when we use and? Can you paraphrase that definition when we use and?
The definition.
Yeah, or in general terms, when we use and.
Mm, I use and for mm, add more things to
For
a
adding things
statement.
or information for something additional. Okay, good. When do we usually use but?
When I want to re refuse or
Yes, when you want to show contrast about an idea, you usually use but, all right? An opposite
but.
idea. Great. When do we usually use so?
So can be used. Mm, mm, I understood this part, but I can't give you the definition. I think
All
that
right.
is
Okay, let me help you there. So we use so when we are going to mention a consequence.
a
I'm
cons.
very tired, so I think I can't go to the match.
Okay, okay.
So, yeah, I did very bad on the exam, so I think I am not going to pass it. So this is a consequence.
Okay.
Good. Or remember when we use or?
Or I can use or when I want to several things to select. For
Right?
example,
We have when you're going to offer something, you have many options to select to choose. You use or. Do you like coffee or tea? Do you like meat or pork? Do you prefer Canada or United States? So you have an alternative.
okay,
Even though, when do we use even though?
even though I can use even though when I don't know. I'll give you an example. I'm very tired. Um,
Yes.
I went. No, no, no. I went to work even though I was very tired.
Very good. I was very tired. That's right. And even though in all the quite synonyms, they're going to show contrast or opposite idea, they are synonyms or quite synonym for but. All right. Although I was tired, I went to work. Even though I was tired, I went to work. All right.
All right.
He was tired, but he were to work. He went to work.
Okay.
He was tired, but he went to work. So these are, for example, the synonyms. All right, Anderson, do you have any other question?
No, really, teacher.
All right. So I think that our grammar encounter is done for now. So hope to see you soon on another encounter. I'm especially available in the afternoon because I work in the mornings. So my free time for these encounters, Child 101, weekly encounters, and grammar encounters are usually in the afternoon. Even though the contingency about the health problem we're facing in this day around the world because of the coronavirus, maybe I'm thinking about put up the classes in the morning, so that I'm going to be working from home. But you can check that out on the Excel sheet when you register. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Anderson. For now, bye bye, and have a good day.
Thank you, teacher. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay, you too.
See you later.
Okay, bye bye.